game, and Darwin Gonzalez on the bench despite some concerns about his injuries during the week. Now let's have a look at the formation for the home side. This is how they're going to form up.
Whitmore is out of action. It means Meyer will take the top striking role, but he's not an out-and-out striker. But let me tell you, the presence of Martin on the right-hand side, who now and then plays a little bit narrow in support of the striker, will come in very handy.
Eric Tinkler, second spell in charge here. He was the coach when they had their very first season, City, in their highest finish, third place, something that they are certainly looking to better in this particular campaign. Royal AM will fresh from cup success at the weekend have Lesego Mangai and Lanchane Palani back from suspension, but only Manganye is into the lineup for today. Palani stays on the bench. Out are the defenders Ricardo Nascimento and Shadrick Kobedi. So Rikhotso also filling in. Sipesihle Somi is into the midfield for Gibbon Mashikinya, who is on the bench today, missing out on a chance to go head-to-head against his former Cape Town City teammates. 3 changes for them as well. 6 players in the side over the age of 30 for John Maduka, the coach of Royal AM, just a couple of months younger than Eric Tinkler.
The 3 up front, Letsoalo, Makupu and Mabena, are all out-and-out strikers. But let me tell you, the full wing-backs in Mkize and Matlaba forces those 3 to play a little bit narrow, which means Royal AM at any stage, they'll have about 4-5 in attack, which is how they've been able to score this many goals.
Toro Badi from Mtata is in charge today. Mrs. Twala and Raz Wimisani are on the line. Twala is from Shoshanguve, is a maths and science teacher. And Mr. Raz Wimisani, as his name suggests, is from Thohoyandou. We will pause now for a moment of silence. Good to see the spectators back. They will join us as we remember the late Kaizer Chiefs head of security, Katang Masimola, and all of those who've lost their lives to COVID-19. A round of applause as well for the health workers. There's the skipper of Royal AM, suspended for the game against Amatux in the Nedbank Cup quarter-final on Sunday. Lots of rain in that particular game. It's a little bit drier here for the visiting side. 10 games unbeaten, 8 wins, 2 draws. They really are in form at the moment. But they're up against the Cape Town City side, looking to emulate the run they had when Benny McCarthy started at the beginning of the club. That was in 2017. They won 5 in a row then at the beginning of the season. 3 of those games in the end, 10-8. If they can win here today, it'll be the first time they've won 5 in a row in the league. Cape Town City and Eric Tinkler really been happy with the form of his side over the last couple of matches. Of those 4 wins in a row coming into this game, 3 of them played at home. But they did beat Maritzburg on the road in their last match by a single goal. So, referee Badi to get us underway. A little bit of wind here, William. You had a good look at the pitch as well. There was a big rugby game here last night. That's had some impact on the surface. What's your call on the conditions here this afternoon?
Amazing, Christian. It's been rowed nicely. It's flat. That shouldn't be a problem at all for these 2 teams to get the ball running in their favor.
Martin on this right-hand side. Tommy Mkize looking to join him on the overlap. And here goes Craig Martin with that pace of his, a little burst. Can he square this ball in and give City a good early chance? They'll win a corner inside the opening 30 seconds. Rikhotso turning that away. So first set piece opportunity. Here is the pace of Martin, one of the quickest players in the DSTV Premiership. And it's Rhodes who will go across and take the set piece, the youngster. It's comfortably done by the visiting defence.
And Martin will have a lot of joy on this right-hand side because Royal AM are playing with 3 at the back. So it'll be sometimes maybe not easy for Lingwati or Rikotu to stretch themselves to cover the right-hand side of the attack.
Maklaba as well would be stretched today.
Indeed.
Tariq Phillies has not missed the game all season for Cape Town City at the back. Well, he keeps that in play. Here's Tami and Kizik. Hudeman looking to pick it up. He's the captain of the MDC side. He's come through the ranks here at Cape Town City. Just a 4th start for him, 22-year-old. High hopes for Tadia Hudeman. Phillies straight in search of Mayo up front. It's going to be throwing Royal AM. Good early pressure from the home side here at Cape Town Stadium.
That's the only way that you can slow down Royal AM, in the way that if you don't allow them to play from the back, then at least you have a chance to be able to press the game a little bit higher and catch them at their own game.
Busy day today in the DSTV Premiership. We already have seen success for Amazulu against Maritzburg United. They move into the top 8 as a result of that 1-0 victory at the Moses Mabhida Stadium. And TS Galaxy off the relegation places. They are now 3rd from bottom after beating Sekune away at Tembisa this afternoon. Good result for them. Sekune continue to slide down the log. Kaiser Chiefs against Supersport United at 7:30 tonight. In the meantime, some medical attention is needed here. This challenge with Martin. 8 stretch in there, and Mabena got in the way too. And Somi with a foul, and then Mabena has his feet taken out from under him. He falls quite hard as well. But Somi gets some talking to from the referee, and understandably so too. Mabena, 34 years old now. Martin is always going to catch players in terms of his pace.
It's an excellent run there. This time he cuts into the inside where the traffic is a little bit heavy. No wonder he hits this jam here, but still gets the ball through, and City has got the set piece in their favor.
Mabena will go for a little bit of treat, but he looks to be okay. Remember, he, Matupu and Letswalo rather up front form a very dynamic attacking trio for Royal AM. Gada looking to find Masheko. Let's keep the defense on the right-hand side for the visiting side. And of course, Royal AM still very much in the title chase, although no one is expecting Mamelodi Sundowns to implode. But also in the semi-finals of the Nedbank Cup. We'll be playing Sundowns in that competition. In fact, they've got Sundowns as well in the league still to come. So, mouth-watering fixtures potentially ahead for us in the Premier Soccer League, both in Cup and League competition. Masheko here. City knocked out in the first round of the Nedbank Cup away from home by Royal AM. This is the 3rd time these two teams are meeting this season. They met very early on in the campaign. Cape Town City winning at the Chatsworth Stadium by 2-1 in the league. They are the only side to have won away against Royal AM all season long. That's the only home defeat that the team from KwaZulu-Natal has suffered. And it came just a few weeks after the franchise was bought. Coming from behind in February to win that cup game by 2-1, also in Chatsworth. This is their 2nd trip to the Cape this season. They were here against Stellenbosch a couple of weeks ago, 2-2 draw. Going in a little bit of pressure.
Not too different from one another, these teams. The Royal AM can build from the back, got excellent passing game of their own, but what maybe stand in favor of City is that their high press is of a higher kind, and that they can win balls from the attacking half and punish the opposition.
Foul on Mayo and an early yellow card, and Msomi again gets his timing wrong according to the referee. He did get that earlier warning, so there can be no complaints. Taken him only 7 minutes to pick up the caution.
But
He got the ball
yeah, that is what maybe is produces
a legitimate tackle.
That's why the City players are reacting in that fashion, because I can't understand why would it be given as a foul when you got to the ball first. Maybe the trailing leg.
No, I think the referee got it from the wrong angle, so he made a mistake there, Mr. Buddy. When he sees that again, I'm sure he'll acknowledge it.
Depending on the angle as well that he had.
So Mayo takes this. Handball against Kuduman. Royal with 43 points, Cape Town City with 39. There are 3 places between the two sides, but City on the same number of points as Kaiser Chiefs and Orlando Pirates. They have an inferior goal difference. The City do have the most clean sheets this season of any team on the top line, 11.
Yeah, to think that Real M are 5th. I mean, City are 5th and Real M are 2nd, and yet there's a difference of 4 points in between the two. That goes to tell you just how tight the point difference is.
Now let's see what the visitors can do. This is their first serious attack. Tupu playing it out wide to Mabena. Lovely little touch. He's going to always be relied on to get the ball in to the other players. Mabena with a little craft and guile. Makasela. Phillies doesn't clear properly. Mabena now inside, and Fasika coming across, putting Matupu off his stride. And it will be a chance for a goal kick.
It's very unusual to see Matupu coming second best in duels of his nature. It looks like he gave in the minute Fasika went in front of him.
Foul on Mkhize. Referee, I think, is given the throw in rather than the free kick. Let's see. This time the decision going in favour of Royal AM.
Makasela playing in the centre alongside Msomi. He's a natural attacking midfielder, and yet, for me, his ability obviously is to help to string the passes, but also given the space in front of him, he's got incredible pace to cover the distance between the centre line and the 18 yards area. So that also comes in hand in the attack. You can consider there's already 3 attacking players.
Keys got a bit of space here on the right-hand side. Let's look at his options. Martin slips up to Kuduman. Now Martin looking for Mkhize again. That's a little too strong, so Royal M have a chance now to clear their lines. Glimpse there of Victor Swallow in picture. 2 more goals to his tally at the weekend, and that's come from behind win against Mataxa in the Nedbank Cup. Set up by Mayo, free kick chance for Royal to clear their lines. Mayo's been in great form too capital of Cape Town City.
It's taking me a bit of time to settle. That under normal circumstances is given as a booking because it starts showing.
Nyame forward. Long ball which Ndada deals with. Here's Lingwati. Kasika providing cover. He was dropped for the last game against Barons. In particular, allowing Kiana Kupido to play in that game. A couple of straight passes here from the home side. Afasela immediately under pressure. Decision against Ndada. Was this a foul or not? Ndada with a little push on Makasela, just put him off his stride.
Yeah, it definitely took the advantage that he might have had to get the goal first. So I understand. Maybe great position this time because those normally are missed. They consider it more like a shoulder, but the elbow was a little bit out.
Ndada wasn't happy with the decision, but referee Vardy making the call. So here's the resultant free kick now. Chance for Royal AM with all of those big men up front. They're moving with a Khotso there too. Mayo gets rid of it. Swami just hoops that forward. Onside, Mabena on their right. A disappointing cross from the veteran.
There were players that were maybe possibly offset at the time, but they didn't interfere at all with the long pass. But instead, Mabeno came from an onside position, from a very, very deep position, nearly profited from that. City defenders had to react to that situation, which was developing.
Not many players active in the PSL at the moment with 50 goals or more in their career. Ben, one of them is on 51. There's a few other names of players currently playing in the PSTV Premiership with 50 or more league goals. Has a little clearing touch at the back post. Big hoop forward as well from Kiza. Or from Matlaba rather. Matlaba will have some good memories of this ground. He scored an absolutely spectacular goal for South Africa in a World Cup qualifier. This against the Central African Republic. This particular venue. Days when Paul Nicholson was still coaching the national team. Foul there by Mayo. Free kick Royal AM. Right, players currently playing with 50 goals or more. Temba Zwane is one of them. Kama Billiat, 75 at the moment. He leads the list. Randy Krobler, Majoro, Bernard Parker. You're running out of time here.
You've taken a few that I might have had in mind already, but a few that you mentioned already.
That's a deception from Martin. Bongi and Tuli, Gabadini Mohango, Peter Shalolile, and Sibusiso Vilikazi. Those are the players with 50 goals or more, still active, 50 league goals or more, still active in the DSTV Premiership. This is good work from Mayo. He's kept it alive, and he's won the corner. The Khotso will breathe a sigh of relief.
And I can tell you, it might have been Kuruman who was encroaching into the box at the time, licking his lead for this pass, took his leap across to where he was, but excellent defensive work by the central defender.
Rhodes once again with a set piece. Delivers a little lower this time. Some good defensive work from Royal AM. Mashek was making it difficult here for Ndada. He's done well. That's a valiant effort from Ndada, but quick throw in for Royal AM with Mabena, with Musomi. The skipper. Careful with the challenge. Early ball was looking up front for Mayo. Played in by Umbina.
Great pass, eh?
Now the chase is on for Matlaba against Tami Mkhize. That's a little shallow there for goalkeeper Marks, but he deals with it nevertheless. Straight into the wind, which is picking up a little bit here, so the ball hangs up in the air there. Masika's keeping a close eye on that Swallow. I think that's something that Eric Tinkler would have instructed him about before the match today. Now, again, Fasika. Calmly down at the back. There he comes, the big Congolese. Up to Nodada. Kuduman wanted the pass. He's there, spots Martin on the run. Doesn't lose the opportunity.
Something that's really developing very clearly in Martin. All the low ground passes against that, they don't reach that. It's the pass that was supposed to be for was it Ricotta or Makupu, but it got stuck, which is what allowed Fasika to get to it. And I think you're still going to see a bit more of those type of passes that don't get to the intended recipient.
Well, this, of course, would have been the football pitch in the country up until the time that the Spurs arrived and they started to share it with rugby. They moved across from the old Newlands Rugby Stadium, and so the price you pay, I suppose, for keeping the stadium viable economically,
yes,
is a battered pitch. And when you play less than 24 hours after a big rugby game, it's not going to be the best of playing sets. It's a bit of a worry for Cape Town City because they've had great use in the past, tactically and formation-wise, from carpet-like pitch at home.
What they could have done better, City, is that they should have at least watered it earlier on, just before the game, just to allow the crispness to stay. So the flow and roll of the ball would be better.
Now Mkhize can continue. Drags it back. There's a wonderful chance here. Nodada with a left foot. He puts that well over the top. That's a disappointing finish from a man who got a late winner against Marumo Gallants a couple of weeks ago. Tinkler will know he needs to take his chances.
Excellent run by Mkhize. I think there was an opportunity maybe to slice it earlier, but did well to get the defender in front of him to get a much clearer route to roll it across. And I guess maybe there wasn't enough time for him to bring it to his stronger right foot, and he took the opportunity with his left, which didn't help. But it's great inroads for City. Every now and then you see these nice passes of play where they look like a team that can score at any minute.
Eric Tinkler was making the point earlier in the week as we watched Nodada sprinting into the penalty area and forcing another corner. He's calling for a handball as well. If we can spot that, Nodada, picture of frustration against Maklasera. Particularly talking about the fact that Royal AM are a side who oftentimes when they play, just touches his elbow.
Yeah.
Royal AM oftentimes when they play are almost outgunned by the opposition in terms of the number of chances created. However, they do punish you if you don't take your chances, and City already have had a few here in this game. There's another one here from this corner. Effort is skied wide by Martin, well off target there with the right foot. Left-footed effort would have been a lot better option. That's something that Martin can do from that range.
I guess maybe looking to slice it with the outside of the boot. If he keeps it low and there's enough power, potential to beat the goalkeeper is always there.
You see Cape Town City have lost only once at home in the league this season. Here's Martin again. Nodada against the upright. Another chance for Mayo. Now they are living dangerously, Royal AM, and City keep coming at them. Mkhize, Martin, Kuduman square, Matlaba, clearance from Lingwati. A real burst of pressure there from Cape Town City, and what an excellent chance for Thabo Nodada, denied by the woodwork.
Already, what is Eric Tinkler thinking? Exactly the statement that you were talking or referring to. That if you don't take your chance, the team that can come back to beat you. And also, what works in their favor is the fact that Royal AM doesn't change their tempo. For some reason, they're able to sustain their performance even into the later stages of the game.
Pasika stolen away by Maktupu. Yes, let's swallow. This is dangerous now. Inside, joined in the attack by Mahlasela. That goes out wide. Mkhize with the right foot. Pasika away. And too many touches from Royal AM. When you break like that against the City defense, you need to take that opportunity a little quicker. Now driven forward. Martin is chasing Nyame under a little bit of pressure. That's not from the goalkeeping textbook, is it, really?
No, not at all. But you know what? I guess that bounce took him by surprise a little bit. Because I don't think he expected to bounce that high, which is why he allowed it to go past him so that I can pick it up as it drops. Which could have been enough time for Martin to sneak in.
Stella again. And a Potso at the back.
But you gotta love City's side press, eh? I mean, anything around that center line, they really get into your skin, into your face, and they force you to play back. Look at how many back passes that Royal AM has been found having to apply. That is simply a case of the pressure created in front of them.
Now Msomi leaving a bit of space for the visitors. So they throw it on the far side to Royal AM halfway through the first half here at the Cape Town Stadium. Fans back in the venue for the very first time. They weren't expecting more than 1,000 or so today. It's still nice to have spectators on hand. I'm sure the players are absolutely going to love it. Last game with fans was actually the old Bloemfontein Celtic were here, so pretty much many of these players in